A Vort from the Rebbe in this week's Parshas Pekudei. In Parshas Pekudei, after the posik Eile Pekudei Mishkan, the next posik says, "Ubetzalel benuri bechur l'mata Yehuda osas kol asher tziva Hashem es Moshe," and that Betzalel did everything that Hashem commanded Moshe. The next posik says, "Ve'itei Oliyav ben Achisomach matei Don," and together with him was Oliyav ben Achisomach from Shevet Don. Betzalel was from Shevet Yehuda, and he was from Shevet Don. It says in Yerushalmi that from the posik Ve'itei Oliyav, in this parsha there are 18 times where it says the words Kasher Tziva Hashem as Hashem commanded. And that is the reason why we have 18 brachas in Shemoneh Esrei. Actually, nowadays we have 19 because later on they added another one. But originally were 18 brachas. That's why it's called Shemoneh Esrei, 18 brachas. Keneged the 18 times that Hashem, it says Asher Tziva Hashem, that Hashem commanded, starting from the posik Ve'itei Oliyav. And the Yerushalmi says, Be'emes there are 19, because if you count the Asher Tziva Hashem es Moshe in posik Chav Beis, which is B'negei Betzalel, you would have 19. But the Yerushalmi says, we only count the ones that also have Oliyav. We don't count the first one, which is only talking about Betzalel. And the Rebbe asks, number one, what's the connection between davening and the words Asher Tziva Hashem, it says B'negei the Mishkan. Also, Yerushalmi refers to this parsha about the Mishkan as Mishkan Sheni. The way the Mishkan is described in Parshas Truma Tetzaveh, he calls Mishkan Rishon, the first Mishkan. And from Pekudei, it's called Mishkan Sheni. And he says the 18 times that it says Asher Tziva Hashem in Mishkan Sheni, the second Mishkan, that's why there are 18 tefillas, 18 brachas in Shemoneh Esrei. So the question is, number one, what's the connection between tefillah and the Mishkan? And also, why is the Dafka connected to a Mishkan Sheni, to the Mishkan the way it's written in Parshas Pekudei, and not the way it's written in the Parsha of Truma Tetzaveh, which is the Mishkan Rishon? And also, why is it Dafka only if Oliyav is mentioned, and if Oliyav is not mentioned, it doesn't go into the Cheshbon? And the Rebbe explains that the union of Mishkan, the union of Tefillah, have a lot in common. The union of Mishkan is that they took physical objects, Gashmisdike things, and made a holy place out of it, made it into a mikdash. That's the elevation of the Gashmias. Generally, it's called dira b'tachtenu. You make a dira, a dwelling place for Hashem in this low world. But in the Mishkan, it was actually physically. You took a physical thing, physical objects, and you turned it into a holy thing. So the union of Mishkan is elevating the lower madreg, the lower inyonim, the Gashmisdik inyonim. Tefillah also represents the same thing. Tefillah is Beloshen HaTeufel, or Naftula Niftalti. The word Tefillah means connection. By Tefillah, we who are down here connect all our low things to the Eibishter. That's why it says in Zohar, on the posik Sula Musav Arza, by the dream of Yaakov, that he had a dream that there was a ladder standing there. So the Zohar says, what is the ladder? The ladder represents Tefillah. Why? Because Tefillah is, using the expression of Chassidus, it's Milmata Lamailo, that you take the things from down here and you go up. The Sula Mutzav Arzo, it's standing on the ground down here. The bottom of it is ground down here. And not just Oretz, but Arzo with a hay very deep down in the ground. But Reisha Magia Shemaima, by climbing the ladder, you go up and you bring up all those low things to the very high Madrege. So the union of Tefillah is similar to the union of Mishkan. Mishkan is taking the low physical things and elevating it, bringing it closer to Hashem and connecting it to Hashem. That's what Tefillah is. And that is the reason why we say that the amount of brachas in Shemoneh Esrei, in Tefillah, is connected to the 18 times it says Kasher Tziva Hashem here. But it's only those psukim that also mention Oliyav, because as Rashi says, Betzalel was from Shevet Yehuda, from the highest Shvatim. Oliyav is from Shevet Don. Don is the lowest Shvatim. So the whole idea is that we take the lowest and we include the lowest into elevating to the highest. That's why the posik that doesn't have Oliyav, only Betzalel, is not included in this cheshbon of what the connection to Tefillah, because Tefillah is taking the lowest, so only from the psukim that B'negei Oliyav. And that's why it's only from the Mishkan Sheni, not from the Mishkan Rishon. Mishkan Rishon is a spiritual thing. The way the Eibishter showed Moshe Rabbeinu the Beis HaMikdash. That's what's written in the Parsha Truma Tetzaveh. The Eibishter showed Moshe the Mishkan, it's a Ruchnisdik Mishkan, and he showed him everything. But that's all Ruchnias. The whole idea we're talking about is the physical Beis HaMikdash. Mishkan in this case, that you elevate the physical things, and that's hinted in Mishkan Sheni. Mishkan Sheni is when it talks about the actual making of the Mishkan physically. That's what we're talking about here. So the Mishkan Sheni is connected to Tefillah, and that's only if you also include Aliyov. And that's the Pshat Yerushalmi, that the amount of brachas Ishmael is connected to the Mishkan, and it's only for Mishkan Sheni, and only where Aliyov is mentioned.